Hello everybody and welcome back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Capsule Monster Coliseum on Blocker's bonus stage. Today's opponent, Ishizu Ishtar.
So you're my next opponent, Ishizu.
Fate has foretold that you and I were destined to duel.
And I assume you'll tell me that no one can escape their destiny.
I knew you were going to say that.
With the magic of her Millennium Necklace, she will prove most formidable.
Let us begin, Yugi.
It's time to duel, Ishizu!
So, after that nightmare of a Kaiba duel, that was really challenging, I'm very glad to say Ishizu is finally a normal battle. Her stage, she's actually a normal opponent. Her stage, as you can see, is comprised of wood, wind, dark, earth, and wind. So a pretty even mix. 4 different types are represented here. Wood, wind, dark, and earth. So both light and dark are good options, as are wood and fire. Those beat her types. Well, light and dark are good options, as are wood and fire. Those beat her types without giving her an advantage over anything you have. Although I'd also say avoid water and thunder, since those types can be beaten by her monsters, and you're not really granted an advantage with either of those two. Light can also take advantage of the stage, as it's pretty favorable to light in general. But the best part about this stage is the monster point threshold is so high that you can actually afford to bring out some really heavy hitters that would be too expensive to bring out in other stages. Uniquely, she carries one of the Gate Guardian pieces, which is the strongest card in the trading card game at that time. Well, second strongest, behind only the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Behind only the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. But unlike Blue Eyes, Gate Guardian is actually rarely used in the show. It's used by a henchman of the main antagonist, Maximilian Pegasus, in Season 1. Nobody ever higher up.
It's time to start!
And it never comes back again. And if you like Gate Guardian, you can get him in this game. There's 3 pieces, and one of them is available here. His other piece is available much later against the final challenge of the game, or the final duel of the game. And then the third is a post-game bonus reward.
I will do as my Millennium Necklace tells me.
So for strategy, Ishizu tends to send her monsters to the left path. Left from this perspective right here of your area.
I'll tear down your defenses.
So send your swarming monsters down the left side, and then your big beast, like I'm doing now, down the right. Down the right path, she'll send usually the same 2 monsters. Now, they're earth monsters, so the defense and health are both very high. Another thing to keep in mind is this stage, after every few turns, the stage weather changes. It goes from sun, it's The stage itself cycles between sunrise and sunset. At its highest, right now, light monsters get a boost. But then, the sun begins to set, which gives fire monsters a boost. And then, it'll go to night sky, which gives dark monsters a boost. Aside from that, this grassy patch I'm in right now gives wood monsters a boost. And that's honestly pretty much it. It's all about the actual environment of the stage rather than the terrain. So the left path also has several gaps that can make it really tricky to navigate. So bring a long-range movement monster, and don't worry about sending anything diagonal down there due to the gaps. It'll be hard to move anything diagonal due to those gaps. The right path is narrow as well, but it also has no gaps. So you can just make a clear shot.
Every move is another step in achieving my future.
I've always wondered what triggers that line. The every move is another step in achieving my future. If it's when you're ahead or behind, I don't know. You just don't know.
I have seen the vision. I must believe in what I saw and remain on the path.
The one thing that's great about this game is how adaptive it is. You have 200 monsters to choose from, and you can use them however you want. Any of them can be your ace monster. You can even use monsters
The future has yet to change, Yugioh.
that never even get played in the card game, or nobody would ever use. You are truly in total control of your destiny, and can level up any monster you want. You can even make Yugioh use insects, or dinosaurs, or pretty much any type you want, even stuff he'd never even use in the card game, or in the show. But this whole being in control of your own destiny thing, it really fits Ishizu's character as well. That's why I'm bringing it up here.
It has also been divined that I will fall into difficult times.
See, that's the thing with Ishizu, her character. She becomes over-reliant on her visions of the future. Like, once someone breaks the mold...
If that's all the damage you can deal, then my
Once someone she duels actually breaks the mold and tries to change the future, she's like a total fish out of water. She doesn't know what to do. And overall, this stage is relatively easy, and it's a little disappointing for such a late game area. Like, the monsters have almost no attack range. Like, even her best monsters only have one spot. Or only have one space. And see, that needleworm I got at the beginning of the game is destroying a late game monster, so... Yeah, it's actually kind of disappointing, because she doesn't even play a counterbalance strategy. She does this weird thing of playing a monster that beats her own monster's type, rather than backing up her weakness to protect them. Rather than backing up their weakness to protect them. Also, I just want to say, I love the music to this stage. It's kind of got a Roman Coliseum vibe to it, or like an epic battle in the skies. I think it kind of reminds me of Greek mythology in a way. I could see this playing with like Icarus flying around too close to the sun. Some kind of animation like that. Speaking of Ishizu is... See, this is what I'm talking about. The sun's gonna set here. Okay, so it's at kind of dusk right now. So that means the fire monsters are gonna get a boost. Yeah, Ishizu in many Yu-Gi-Oh games is actually a really weird character. For example, in the previous game, Duelist of the Roses, she's, one, the only Battle City era character there, because everyone you face in that game only showed up in Duelist Kingdom. Which, it makes sense.
What? Can the future be changing?
I mean, it makes sense because Ishizu is one of the first new characters introduced in that arc. But so it is a little bit weird. It'd be like if a Dragon Ball Z game had Kui as a final boss or something. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up. She's also on the villain side in that game, which, she's not really a villain. But also, the opening song of the anime of Battle City actually does show her among the villains, along with her monsters. So yeah, I feel like that might have been like an assumption. You know, since anime openings tend to be...
That was a lot of damage, but it survived.
Tend to be produced way before the series... Tend to be produced so much earlier than the series. So I feel like the producers have to guess at certain things that'll happen. Especially if it's a manga, or especially if it's an anime that's running concurrent with a manga.
That move had also been destined. Let us see where it leads.
Like, for example, the opening to Battle City has Ishizu with the bad guys, but it also has a stare down between Yugi and regular Merrick, not Dark Merrick, regular Merrick, on the Kaiba Court blimp, both of which obviously don't happen. But the anime writers have to guess what's going to happen when they do these openings. It's kind of like how in early Dragon Ball Z, when we meet the kids who take over Bulma and Gohan and Krillin's ship, they talk about Frieza, and what we see is actually Kui, not Frieza. So it's like the writers kind of tend to have to guess with what limited information they have. Because, like, if you also watch the Battle City opening, you'll notice a really weird shot. There's a shot of the main cast, Yugi, Tristan, Joey, and Taya. And then for some reason, My Valentine is among them, as if she's a main character, which, I don't know, that's something that's always kind of confused me, because Mai is a side character. She just always has been. So, while I do really like her character and wish she got more screen time, I do have to admit she is a side character. And, Ishizu's a popular character. You know, she's pretty. No doubt. Yugioh actually has a lot of pretty female characters. I'm not gonna lie to you. Maya is my personal favorite, but anyone who says they get a crush on Ishizu, I won't judge you. I can see where you're coming from. Another thing about Ishizu is that she's kind of plays into the trend of the fake psychic in these games, or in the series. Because, you know, you have her. The only problem is she's real. Her psychic powers are real. But then you have Esperoba, who cheated with his brothers watching with binoculars. My Valentine's perfume trick.
This will finish you.
Also, I am curious, how many people...
My team's all gone. I can no longer see the future.
So how many of you, way back when we did Area 3, guessed correctly who the female opponent in this game would be? In this area would be?
Congratulations, Yugi. I do not know how you did it, but in this duel, you've changed the future.
Ishizu, there is no future for someone who cannot think on their own. Every person can do anything he wants, as long as he truly believes. I believed in myself and my monsters, and that was what showed me the light.
Yugi, so people can alter the future.
Maybe, but I never believed the future was set in stone.
Aha! That means I can believe in a future where you win the championship.
Thank you, Ishizu.
Okay, that was really cheesy, and that's actually pretty deep for a game based on a kid's dub, or a made-for-kids dub to an anime. That destiny is in your hands. You are not beholden to fate or destiny. So, wow. But yeah, I wonder how many of y'all guessed correctly. Oh yeah, next opponent will be Yami Marek. So, we'll see you next time, folks. Have a good one. But I'm just curious, how many people guessed correctly when I said when I asked who the third female opponent would be? Because remember, I said there's only 3 female opponents in this game. Because there's only 5 female characters in this show. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Doesn't really have the best relationship with female characters. You know, it still doesn't to this day. So, I don't think it was really a tough choice because the list of female duelists in the anime is actually quite small. You have Rebecca Hawkins and Vivian Wong, and those are both filler characters. The only other option would probably be Serenity Wheeler, who's only dueled 1 time in the show. But so did Tristan, and he made the cut in this game, so I don't know. Just some audience participation I thought would be fun. And this has gone way over the timeline. So, tune in next time when we face Yami Marek. I'll see you there, folks. Have a good one.